Hey beauties, and welcome to today's Books and Looks, where we're going to be talking about two really good thriller books today, The Perfect Marriage and The Perfect Divorce. Of course, we're going to go ahead and get glam while talking about this, so if you guys want to hear about it, stay tuned. Also, really quick before I dive into this is actually the collector's edition of The Perfect Marriage, so this is what the dust jacket looks like. It's really cute. It's got a lot of blood splatters on it, but because it's the collector's edition, I took it off because I just love the way this looks. It's like got the really nice pretty foil. It's got the blood there. And it's also in the very back. It's also got some exclusive scenes from the court case. So it's got like some pictures in it, which I thought was really cool. So I would definitely recommend this collector's edition if you do end up getting this book and checking it out. So The Perfect Marriage by Jeneva Rose. Let's get into it. This book is about a defense attorney lawyer. Her name is Sarah Morgan, and she is married to Adam Morgan. So Sarah's really busy with work, and she spends a lot of time in her office. And Adam writes a lot of stories, and he's trying to become a well-known author. So he spends a lot of time at their lake house. And he goes there separately just to kind of like think, ponder over things, and try to get a book going. Sarah stays home a lot of the time in her office working on her own business. So they do have their kind of separate lives. And you find out pretty quickly in the book, I think it's about the second chapter, that Adam is not being faithful to Sarah. So they show you that he has a mistress on the side named Kelly Summers. They kind of let you know that they have a very hot and heavy relationship and things are going really well with them. And he enjoys a lot of his time. And it's not just a one night thing. It's been a very much a monthly thing. But they spend the night together, and then he ends up getting awoken to a car door slamming. So he's kind of spooked, and he realizes like, oh my God, I need to get back to Sarah because I've been out for far too long. So he leaves Kelly a note right before he dips out of the house, and then he's gone and driving back over to Sarah's. And that right there, disgusting. So he gets home, and Sarah happens to wake up. I think it's around 1:30 a.m. in the morning, and she's kind of like, you're just not getting home? And he's like, yeah, I just got home, so sorry about that. And then they go ahead and go to sleep. So then the next morning, Sarah goes into work and Adam stays home, and he gets a knock at the door, and it's the police, and they're asking him questions about Kelly Summers because she was found dead, stabbed 37 times in their bed. And of course, Adam was the last person to see Kelly. He's all like completely flabbergasted. He's like, what in the planet Earth? No, I didn't do this. I'm completely innocent. And now he has to go ahead and tell Sarah about it. Sarah finds out about it, and she's very calm, cool, collected. She's trying to get into her lawyer mode so she can kind of relax and get the truth out of Adam, specifically by himself. And she decides that she wants to be Adam's lawyer to try to prove that he's not guilty. Which that right there is a strong woman, because I'd be like screaming my head off, freaking out. And she's over here like, it's cool, it's fine. We're gonna figure it out together. We're gonna prove your innocence. The police bring Adam into questioning, and Sarah meets him there inside the interrogation room, and she's asking him questions, being his lawyer. And she's like, hey, I'm your lawyer right now. I am not your wife. So you need to calm down and tell me basically everything from top to bottom, when it started, what happened, and so on and so forth. The book also does have a lot of characters involved, but it's not where it's like super messy, just too many characters to kind of keep up with. There's like a lot of different police officers you have to pay attention to. Of course, the mistress, Kelly Summers, Adam Morgan, Sarah Morgan, and then she's also got like an assistant that you have to know about, and a friend. And there's just so many people to make it kind of hard to know. I was very much caught off guard. I read a lot of thrillers, and I was very much like thinking that I kind of knew who it was just based off all of the information that I was given, and I was blindsided. But then I also heard some people were like, oh, it was very easy to figure out. So I'm kind of like, maybe I'm not as smart as I thought I was when I read these books, but I was pleasantly surprised. Now, without, of course, spoiling too much of the ending, Adam does get on an ankle monitor, so he isn't allowed to leave the cabin where the crime happened, so he has to stay there, and Sarah is just basically trying to figure things out. And spoiler alert, he does leave the cabin and get in a lot of trouble, but I'm curious to know if you guys would figure out the ending. Then after reading The Perfect Marriage, I of course had to go to over next book, The Perfect Divorce. So I'm going to try and tell you a little bit about this one, of course, without spoiling the first one. So by the time this book comes around, Sarah does have a child now, to a daughter named Summer, and she actually named her daughter that after Kelly Summers that passed away, the mistress in the first book, which I thought was a very interesting detail. I will say the plot of the first one I liked a little bit better than the plot of the second one. So Sarah does have a different job in this one. She is basically helping people that were incarcerated get out into the world, give them jobs, give them a house. So I like that Jeneva Rose gave her a little bit more of a different job, so you can kind of get to see and get to know Sarah a little bit more in depth. I'll say the twist in this one, you kind of know the characters a little bit more, so you kind of know their demeanor, you know how they are, so I wasn't as like completely shocked. But I did enjoy the ending. I did like this one a lot too, but if I had to choose between the two, I would say I really liked The Perfect Marriage over The Perfect Divorce. This one also, let me give that one its beautiful glory so you guys can see this one. So this one's got bullet hole. It's got the blood on the edges as well. So overall, I did rate these books both 4s. I gave them both 4 stars. I really enjoyed them. I think they're really good getting into thriller books. So if you're somebody that's very new to thriller, I would recommend these for sure. They're very easy to follow along, easy paced with a little bit of a twist at the end, which we all love. Sure to follow along if you guys want to see more books and looks. I try to do them very frequently after reading the books. Hope to see you guys in my next videos, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!